Today we are exploring Rabat and the ancient walled city of Mdina.
So let's start the show.
When you arrive in Rabat, you'll be dropped off at the bus stands over here, which is just outside Howard Gardens. So once you leave the bus terminal, if you walk up San Paul, then you will head into the centre of Rabat.
This is a really nice looking church too.
This isn't the first time that we've been in Rabat. We visited when we were in Malta in 2019, and I remember this bakery behind us. We came on a Saturday at that time. It was one of the only places that was open. This time we're here on a Tuesday, so it looks as though it's a bit more lively. Things are open during the week. Rabat is one of the oldest towns in Malta, and it is renowned for its Catacombs of St. Paul and St. Agatha. St. Paul's Catacombs are the largest catacomb complex in Malta. The streets are rather narrow, aren't they, Paul?
Yeah, very narrow. Look at the foot.
I know. Not a lot of room to walk on. So we visited them the last time. Well, it's caves, isn't it?
All right.
Yeah, it's a cave system. We actually visited the last time we were here, so we're not going to do that again.
No.
But I still think it's worth a little look outside, and there might be somewhere to eat around there as well, because it's lunchtime and we're hungry. Interesting map showing us where we are in relation to Spain. Look, down here in the Mediterranean.
This is like one of those other islands.
Well, it looks as though that St. Paul's Catacombs are actually closed today anyway, so it's just as well that we went the last time we were here. But there is some interesting information just outside. It says that according to some elderly neighbours who have lived in the area since they were born, this hole was caused by a bomb dropped by an enemy plane on its way back after a raid on the Taquali airfield during the Second World War.
Okay, so I think we are at this point right here, and I think that we've passed the bit that we need to be at.
So we should go back to the main square because there's lots of restaurants around there, right?
Yeah, which is just up here. There is a sightseeing tour going on right here.
So the tour guide is leading everyone down to the catacombs. I think they're going to find that they're closed. But we've got this magnificent church here, Paul. What's it called? Is it St. Vincent's? Oh, this is interesting. This is St. Paul's Grotto and Catacombs. Do you know something? I think there's
the same thing.
No, I don't think it is.
Is it not?
Because if you remember the last time, we went to a restaurant and it's pointing over here. It's the Wigna Court Garden, and look, there's a sign that says St Paul's Grotto and Catacombs. So there's two separate things. There's St Paul's Catacombs and St Paul's Grotto. So I think we should go down this way. And sure enough, it's just over here. Oh, we had to pay to get into those catacombs as well, and that is the one that we did the last time. It's all coming back to me now, so we're not going to do that again. We needed the toilet, and we found this rather convenient public convenience just round the corner from the St Paul's Grotto. Did you not use the dryer?
No.
Because it was so bad? Well, it's warm out here, so you can air dry, I think. Right, now we really must eat. Oh yes, there's a lovely fountain.
I thought that you got this.
No, I was just saying about the St Paul's Grotto. We'd been in there the last time, and you have to pay to get in, so we're not going again.
No.
And I think the restaurant is within that complex. Yeah. So we're just going to go back down to the piazza and find something there. What's that, Paul? Wow. Look. She's asleep, enjoying the sunshine.
We should too.
So I think for old time's sake, we're going to eat at the bakery that we went to the last time we were here, which is called Cafe Santa Lucia. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? Look.
Ooh.
It's like a little
tractor.
Yeah, a little tractor. So what did you have at Cafe Santa Lucia? Oh.
I had one of those beef and onion type of pies.
You don't usually go for that, do you?
I know, but I wanted something English.
Oh, right, okay. And how was it?
It was good.
And you had a
latte.
Although she said it was macchiato.
Latte macchiato.
Ah, right.
I think that's what a latte is called, maybe.
Yeah.
What did you have?
I had the gammon quiche, which was very, very nice, and it was quite soft, which is a good thing because of my toothache at the minute. And I had a 7-Up Zero. I've never heard of that before. I suppose it's a bit like Diet 7-Up. And
like a Sprite,
very refreshing. Yeah, it's actually a bit like Sprite as well. But if we look over on the other side, just over here, Paul, look at this restaurant. It's got a bicycle up on the wall.
Oh.
You've got some interesting information about Rabat, haven't you?
Yes, so I have some news that the first series of Game of Thrones was shot in Rabat, Mdina. I think Jaime Lannister was in it, or no, I think it was news about Cersei and Jaime Lannister, and I think Sean Bean's character found out that they were doing it. So yeah.
So did it feature all these lovely buildings? Because it's this type of like stone that we've seen
natural
in Croatia as well, in Dubrovnik.
Yeah. I think because it's kind of similar in natural stones.
Yeah.
That they have used these two locations.
Now you mentioned Mdina there.
Mm-hmm.
So Rabat and Mdina are two communities which are joined together. And the interesting thing about Mdina is that it was the original capital of Malta.
Ooh.
Until the Knights of St. John founded Valletta after the Great Siege of Malta. Valletta was officially proclaimed the capital city of Malta on the 18th of March, 1571. That's a very interesting date because that is my birthday as well, not 1571. God. Oh wow, Paul, look at this. I've just seen Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer.
And
Novak Djokovic as well. Look at this. Oh, the Queen. Okay. And a corgi. And she's standing next to Chuck Norris. Who else have we got?
Taylor Swift down there.
Taylor Swift?
Marilyn
yeah.
Monroe is on this side. Go the other way.
Oh, right. Oh, there she is. Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
There's no Paul there, though. Or Marcus. So we've just crossed back over where the bus station was when we arrived, and in front of us is Mdina.
Oh, hello there. This is funny, isn't it? You will find all our funny bits and not so funny bits on our YouTube channel. It's Paul and Marcus, so please hit the subscribe button.
We are at Mdina Gate, and this is the main entrance into the walled city. So let's take a look around.
This bit looks familiar, right?
Yes, this bit does look familiar. I remember this when we were here the last time, and just as we were coming in, someone was offering horse rides, and in fact, here is a horse and carriage over here. So you can take a little trip around the city that way, but we are doing it on foot. If you need more information while you're here, there's a tourist information office just at the entrance. Yeah, that's the way in. We could have a look at St. Peter's Monastery. It's open for viewing.
You have to pay.
Don't know if you have to pay, but there is a tour group gathered outside. This is what I remember.
Yes,
The lanterns.
For
I
sure.
love a lantern.
Shall we walk on the outer perimeter, or do you want to go in?
Are you sure that they didn't film Game of Thrones in here
Probably in here.
rather than Rabat? I mean, maybe they did it there as well.
No, I'm pretty sure.
But this
it's
looks
in
as
here.
though it's the sort of place that would stand in for...
Mythology stuff.
Ah, yes.
And also, yeah, I think it's more the atmospheric stuff.
Yeah. There are lots of experiences that you can do here. There's the Nights of Malta and the Mdina Experience Audio Visual Spectacular.
I think that the architecture of this church is magnificent, and also this building right next door to it. Look at the ornate detail.
The architecture here is just spectacular, and there are more of these fabulous lanterns down these tiny side streets. What do you think, Paul?
Very, very narrow.
Yeah, look, you can see up to the sky here, and it sort of changes the whole atmosphere of how everything sounds as well.
You know what I'm thinking? That those streets of Westeros, they were quite narrow as well. So I think this is kind of narrowed, just as narrow as the ones in Dubrovnik, I think. But then this was used before they filmed there.
The Maltese Falcon, jewelers. Now there are shops here, there are souvenir stores, but also quite a lot of high-end fashion and jewellery especially. So if you're coming here, make sure you bring a lot of money with you.
Is here where you got the cap the last time?
It might well have been. So you've got like a traditional souvenir shop, but with a twist. It's got the Maltese crosses in there and the Knights of Malta, which I had mentioned earlier on. Wow, look at the spectacular view from the top of the city walls. It takes in the scenery from miles around. And of course, because we're on an island, we're never far away from the sea. Just out there. This is one of the biggest tourist areas in Malta. So when you're walking around Mdina, there's usually lots of people about, and I've wanted to get a view of some of these lanterns up one of the side streets when there's no one else here. And it seems to be that this might be my one and only opportunity. Oh look, and there's Paul.
Another one.
Souvenirs and antiques. I'm the antique.
Orange tree on top.
Oh wow, look at that. St. Paul's Cathedral. Paul. There's a lot of Pauls around here. There's like Paul Street, St. Paul.
Yeah.
And now we've got St. Paul's Cathedral. So it costs €10 to get in, and that also includes entry to the Cathedral Museum. And it's open Monday to Saturday. Well, we do hope that you have enjoyed today's joint episode from Rabat and Mdina.
Yes, we do. And for those of you that have liked today's episode, give us a thumbs up. For those of you that have not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you that want to leave a comment, you could do so as well.
And if you'd like to buy us a coffee to help us along the way, there is a link in the description. And we'll see you next time. Bye.